And that really is it for our homework assignment. The one last thing I should say I wanted to show off was the search. So if I search for like is here, there's 3 different views on the search, especially for those of you who are authors and deal with large amounts of text. This is a lifesaver. Because you go in here and first of all on the left you can see it broken down by the different subject matters that are highlighted. Then you can see it by page. There's only one page, so it's not incredibly exciting in this example. And finally, you can see each of the search terms showed in the context in which they're used in the left search bar. For those of you who work with 100-page documents, or even having a student read a document in Word, this is a lifesaver, absolute lifesaver. So there's that. And the last thing here is the share functionality. So again, by the way, we got rid of the Office button. We heard that people didn't like the Office button. So it's back to the File menu with a twist, with a twist. So the biggest thing here is that there's a direct connection to the web. And I'll show you more about this later. But the first thing is you can save to SkyDrive. And SkyDrive is our cloud storage solution, a place where you can put gigabytes of documents, gigabytes of files online, share it, control the security, do whatever you want. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you can save it to SharePoint. I was just describing to some folks over here how to use SharePoint. That's the internal collaboration solution we offer. But finally, you can publish directly as a blog post. Very cool. I was a big blogger back in the day. And I tell you what, nothing I hated more than those web interfaces. Now I can use Word. Now I can write it offline, edit it offline, save it, get it online. You know, if I'm wandering around in Patagonia or in the backwoods of any country, I can blog it. Once I get to my internet cafe, upload it. Perfection. The next thing I want to show is PowerPoint. Of course, I'm showing you this wonderful presentation in PowerPoint. Well, we'll stick it here. And the first thing is how to get some of the image and video editing tools. We really beefed that up in PowerPoint. We really added the ability for you to make PowerPoint your one-stop shop, which I couldn't live without. So the first thing is I want to go back to my web page over here and make sure to go to the page. So I'll show you the first thing I forgot, actually, the title page. You see this picture? It's all nice and pretty. I'm sure being the Microsoft genius, right, I did some image editing tools and did some special stuff. No. Just all in PowerPoint. And I actually, like a diligent employee, I stole it from the company website. So we go to Microsoft.com 2010. Again, if you're interested in taking and doing a trial run of 2010, we offer the beta version for free. Get it while it's hot. And you can see, hey, doesn't this image look very familiar? Well, let's see if I can steal it. And again, I could take the screenshot and crop and do all that business, or I could go directly into my PowerPoint presentation, insert, screenshot, select the screenshot, bam. All right, so we got that in. It's perfectly sized. It's just the application I want. That was nice and easy, especially for a guy like me with 3 monitors up. That's a lifesaver. You never like that huge image that gets copy and pasted with a standard screenshot. Now we can go ahead and crop it down. Click crop. All right, we go down. We want to leave a little bit of space around it and just get the image that we want here. All right, easy enough. One thing to remember here is you can see around the edges it's all grayed out. PowerPoint will store that image in its entirety. So if you ever want to uncrop it, you can do that. And it'll show you as you're uncropping it what you'll see. And that's new in 2010. Now that we have our image, I want to get rid of this blue background because it doesn't look so good on the pink. Boy and girl baby theme, but not great for this presentation. So I want to go in here and format, ask it to remove the background. Now, it didn't do such a great job, so what I'm going to do is kind of adjust the reticle to kind of explain to Office what exactly I want it to save. We'll get better and worse, but basically that more or less did it, right? So we're gonna narrow this down here. Okay, so it's close enough. It's not perfect. So what I want to do is mark some areas to keep, just like any good editing tool. And all I have to do is kind of, whenever I select an image, Office knows that it's an image or a section of an image I want to keep. And I'm going to do kind of rough lines for this. Oops. Like any good demo, it can't work perfectly, right? But that's probably because I'm going to get it before the demo gods get angry at me. So you keep the changes, more or less. That's the image we want, right? We'll cut it up, and we'll see how it stacks up to the version I actually used. Oops. There we go. Not too bad. All in all, not too bad. So I'm fairly proud of myself. All right, and I said I'd also go into the cloud, so I definitely wanted to show off the cloud function. We go to SkyDrive here. SkyDrive is just a phenomenal offering, which really is the one-stop shop for you to store all of your information and all of your files, whatever it might be. And the first thing I want to make you aware of is if I create a folder, let's see, test folder. Haven't created that one before. I can control the sharing, which is very, very key. I know educators and students have to be very concerned about the security. So what we can do is edit the permissions. And right now it comes from the public folder, so you can see that everyone can view it. But if I go back one, I go to a locked folder, like my documents. Certainly not something I want everyone in the world seeing. By the way, everyone, if you go visit my SkyDrive page today, you can see my public folder, pictures from Chile, all that fun stuff, Egypt, whatever it is. Feel free. But this kind of stuff I want to protect. So right now it's shared with just me. But I can also go and edit the permissions and share it with whoever I want. I have a colleague named Michelle Thomas. I can type it in there, and it's all good to go. I can use lists, so I want to share something with an entire class. I'll use my class distribution list as a security setting. Or I can share it just with a single student. Or I can say students can read this folder, like get course documents, but not edit. Or I can say students can only edit their own folder to submit documents. So there's a high variety of things that they can do. And that's all well and good, but that's actually been around for a while. What's really exciting, what got me really stoked about this offering, let me go back one here and go back into my public folder, is the fact that now you can edit documents directly on the web. It's very exciting. So I alluded a while back to having your data everywhere and having the most powerful access for a given window. And if that window is the browser, we now have the ability to edit it. So let's pick a workbook. We can go ahead and click Edit there. And it'll take a couple seconds to load up. It's a pretty rich application, but you can see, hey, there we go. We got Excel in the browser. Phenomenal. We have full equation capabilities, and this is opening and editing full Excel documents. So you can really transfer your documents and access them from wherever you happen to be. And that being said, there's also the PowerPoint functionality, which is something I end up using all the time, because what I'll do is I'll save a PowerPoint document. And for example, like this talk I'm giving right now, I'm going to go ahead and click on it, ask to edit it. It's going to, again, take a couple seconds to load up. I love images in my PowerPoint, so it's always going to be a full deck. Very full deck. I think this is 5 megabytes, but still managed to load up. And let's see. From here, I want to go. Let's see. I want to run the slideshow. It's going to take a couple seconds, and I can run it in the browser. So from wherever I'm at, I can give you this presentation. And this is running all in the browser. You can remember these slides. And to my last one, now that I'm kind of running out of time, someone's going to throw a paper airplane at me, I think. But the first thing, the only thing, if you take away anything from this, msdna.net. We try and offer everything from Microsoft to educators and students free of charge. We want you to use our platform. We want you to get that experience. We want you to be equipped for our workforce. So msdna.net, come to me, talk to me. I'll be in the Learning Center. I can give everyone here in this room direct grants to Windows 7, to Visual Studio, to SQL Server, all free of charge for 3 years. And potentially longer, but that's how long the grants last now. Phenomenal offering. I'm sure at least half the folks here already. How many people use msdna.net? Alrighty, so those of you who don't have your hands up, talk to the people with your hands up. They will tell you just how great it is. It's a no-lose offering. Everybody likes free stuff. The second piece is Microsoft.com/2010. That's where you can get your free copy of the beta. Worth a try. It's phenomenal. It's changed my life. There's also the Imagine Cup. I know we have at least 2 faculty, Farhad and Jeanette Bailey, 2 of our phenomenal champions. They're training the next generation of students to compete around the world to build sustainable businesses built on technology, and that's what the Imagine Cup is all about. And finally, my email, write it down. Come talk to me in the Learning Center. It's been my pleasure, and thank you so much. All right, thanks again.
Excellent.
Oh, switching in.
Awesome job.